but
Hmm.
we need to save some time, talk about
We do.
something, talk about
Yes.
the next article, right? We have
Hmm.
another kind of product this week. I like to,
Big fan.
I think I like to include some sort of like hardware product. I think in the last episodes, kind of see like what's going on out there. This came across my desk this week, and it was certainly something that intrigued me. It's called the xScreen. It essentially turns an Xbox Series X into a portable console. Immediately, I have a picture on the screen here. It's $250. This immediately made me think of, I think it was the game case. I forget what the name of the brand was, but it was a case where you could stick the console in and it had a monitor on it, and you could open it up and you could carry it like a briefcase. I the name's on the tip
Didn't
of
they
my
have that
tongue.
for a game? Didn't they have that for GameCube?
I think they did. They had a version of it. I remember it mostly on, I think, like PS3, PS4, where it was like it was like it looked like a, I guess, a briefcase or something. It had a monitor in it, and you could just stick the console in it, and there you go. Look at that GameCube.
That's a
I
GameCube.
was listening.
I'm holding up
Mike
right
is
now.
holding up a GameCube. I actually have mine tucked away somewhere in a drawer too,
Should do a LAN party sometime. Um,
for sure.
yeah, it's really interesting. Like, I should have brought this up to you honestly. So this is my fault. I saw a Linus Tech Tips video. They got this early, um, from the retailer. The retailer's out of California. One of the reasons, not California, sorry, Australia. Which is one of the reasons why it's so expensive. $250 for an extra screen, and they went through and like tested everything with it. So there were a couple of problems that they brought up. How it could only do 1080p. They couldn't go up to 4K, and one of the reasons for it is the size of the screen was very awkward because it has to match the configuration of the Xbox Series S, which is like a rectangular shape. And they went through and started talking about the different types of the quality. They felt like it was easily broken. It was all like cheap plastic. Opening it up like a laptop back and forth, they could actually literally see cracks starting to form. And
Mm.
if they were carrying it like a laptop, like or like a briefcase, like you said, they could hear the clicking through the plastic.
Oh,
So there are
yeah.
buttons on the face of the this like little screen that attaches directly to it. So from what they described, it seems more of a concept, like a prototype is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
It seems more like a prototype before they go to retail.
Interesting.
Um, yeah, I think it's a great idea though. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
the way it just attaches to the back of your console, and instantly you can play as long as you have power going to it.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a screenshot
Yeah,
in the
you have a
article
picture. Mhm.
of the back of it. So that's like, it's a weird angle too, because it's like it's the screen folded down, so the ports are sticking up, but like they go behind the console. It's really weird, um,
Yeah.
but it also kind of latches on. I mean, looking at the images, I mean, it integrates like seamlessly.
Yes.
Like it looks like
Yes,
the
it does.
concept is there. I mean, you're right. Um, The Verge, they actually gave it. Now again, I don't know. I guess it's out of 10. The Verge score, I have no idea, but The Verge gave it a 6 out of whatever. I don't know. They mentioned some good stuff. Is that it integrates well with the Xbox Series S, which we can clearly see it integrates. I mean, it seems to integrate fairly well. 1080p screen has good viewing angles, which is good. That was like, I think one of my initial thoughts was like, what kind of quality is the screen on like something that's small and that compact. They seem to be 1080p. They said the speaker quality
Yeah.
on it is bad. I mean, if we see the pictures, there are little speakers below the monitor on it. I guess, but depending on what you can pack in there, I mean, I guess it wouldn't surprise me if the speakers weren't the best. It also says it blocks Ethernet and USB ports, which is
Yeah.
interesting. I don't know how I feel
So
about that.
scroll back to the bottom picture.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you see how your USB ports would be to the right of actually one of the USB ports, but then HDMI, USB, and then that whole side is just blank.
yeah.
The open side is for the power,
Hmm.
but USBs, Ethernets are all blocked. And I
Hmm.
think that might have a lot to do with just like the chips and all the different hardware that you need to convert the image from HDMI to the screen and power
Yeah,
it.
probably.
But
Yeah.
on I don't know. I think I want to see a video of somebody tearing it down.
Yeah, for sure. Here's an image of those buttons you were talking about. right under the screen.
Yeah.
There's I guess brightness buttons, sound buttons, power button, pretty much everything there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's so they also say in the bad stuff portion of the review, they said as is you certainly need a case to protect it. So you're talking about it's easily breakable, which is rather
Yeah.
unfortunate. I mean, this concept's great though, man. Like, just if it was something sturdy, just like folding it over the Xbox, take it with you. I mean, you have a really small form factor here, so like already, and then you just slap like not too big of a screen on it, and then you just pack it up in like a bag or something and take it with you and have something in like the hotel room, you know, if you're traveling or
Yep.
whatnot. Concept's there,
Yeah.
the idea is great, but yeah, it sounds like there's still more work to do on the hardware front.
Yeah, it's in it's a prototype basically. I think the price point right now is way too high. $250 is a lot of money
Yeah,
for a screen that attaches to an Xbox when you can just go out and get what we've talked about so many times is the Steam Deck.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
get
which is
that, go get
portable.
yourself a Nintendo Switch. I mean, they're around the same price point.
I mean, yeah, Switch certainly too. Yeah, if you find
Yeah.
one, it's like at the same price.
Yeah,
Yeah,
$250 for something that's that fragile. I mean, that's a hard sell. But
yeah.
I like the tech and I want them to keep like going for it because this is a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah, it definitely is a great idea. Yeah, I'm with you there though. 250 for this. I mean, if I were to look at this, I would guess like 150 if I was to think of like a
Yeah.
price. But yeah, 250 I'd be like, whoa, like all right, that's not me. But a pretty good offering though. I mean, in terms of like, there's that potential, man. There's that potential.
Yeah.
Open
We're
up the
getting there.
ports too. Like, don't block. Like, find a way to
Yeah,
not
that's
block
great.
the ports. Come on.
Another side issue though is we've talked about several times on this podcast is how everything is going to the cloud now and doing xCloud streaming and gaming. Gonna make this kind of null and void.
That's true. It's very true. Uh,
So
yeah, it's a perspective I didn't think of, but you're right. I mean, you know, you cloud stream on your phone, man, it's gonna be just as good, if not better.
yeah,
It's gonna be
yeah,
what you're looking for, you know.
yeah. It's like
As soon as that internet gets up there, it's gonna be game over.
yeah, and this is the Xbox. Get yourself a laptop. It's no different.
Yeah, that's true. Game Pass for PC,
You
you
play
get a decent laptop.
Game Pass for PC.
You know, I mean,
But I
sure,
like the idea.
yeah, it's
As much
there,
as I
man.
just pointed out major
Like,
flaws,
like you look at it, and
like
it's
the idea.
exciting, right? Like it
Yes.
seems like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is really like this is seriously dope. But God, man, too much of an ask for something that fragile, man. Again, something's gonna be
Yeah.
obsolete soon. Can't do it.
Couldn't be me.
Hmm.